the streets to look upon the one who bled to save me and walk with him for all eternity. And there will be a day when all will bow before him. There will be a day when death will be no more, standing face to face with he who died and rose again. Holy, holy is the Lord. And every prayer, afraid and desperation, the songs of faith we sing through doubts and fear. In the end, we'll see that it was worth it when he returns to wipe away our tears. There will be a day when all bow before him. There will be a day when death will be no more, standing face to face with he who died and rose again. Holy, holy is the Lord. And on that day we join the resurrection and stand beside the heroes of the faith. And with one voice, 1,000 generations sing, worthy is the Lamb who was slain. And on that day, we join the resurrection and stand beside the heroes of the faith. And with one voice, 1,000 generations sing, worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Forever he shall reign. Oh, let it be today. We shout to him of heaven with angels and the saints. We raise a mighty roar, glory to our God, who gave us life beyond the grave. Holy, holy is the Lord. So let it be today. We shout to him of heaven with angels and the saints. We raise a mighty roar, glory to our God, who gave us life beyond the grave. Holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy is the Lord.
Every time I try to make it on my own, every time I try to stand and start to fall, all those lonely roads that I have traveled on, there was Jesus. When the life I built came crashing to the ground, when the friends I had were nowhere to be found, I couldn't see it then, but I can see it now. There was Jesus.
good evening, Lufkin Central and Online Worship Community. Jason Hollinger, the campus and community minister here, and we're looking to get back on schedule, if you will, with our evening devotionals, and it was a crazy weekend. A lot happening in a short amount of time, but man, what a blessing it was. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, the street ministries team went to Little Rock, Arkansas, up to Pleasant Valley Church of Christ. The PV family was very welcoming, as we were part of a group that attended the Agape Conference, a conference on unity, on removing those lines that divide us. Whether it's the color of our skin, social, economic status, all those kind of things. And so we've been part of these from the beginning. There's been 5 of these conferences. It starts with a worship pre-conference event, and able to be a part of that, and looking forward to being able to share some of those things with our Lufkin Central family as we take steps forward as a faith family and as a faith community. And so excited about that. And tonight we're just going to talk about just what things look like when the people of God look like and act like the people of God. We're going to get into that right after this time of worship.
Battles, and every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before him. Stop the Lord Almighty. Oh, who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty?
when I'm able to take a step back and look at things that resemble and to me in Scripture what kingdom living should look like. When I think about these things in light of the church, in the light of the way the church should move and breathe, and its very being as a presence in the community, its very being as a presence in society, everything we there should be no wonder, no wonder, I mean, in just the sense of like, what is that? What is this about? What is this supposed to be doing? And there should be no confusion with that, because when we look at Scripture, right, and we take those commands, we take those instructions, um, we take what God calls us to, and we give it life, and we give it breath, we give it we put it into action. There should be no mistaking it, that when people see that, they see this is what God has called us to. This is what it means to be a child of God. And this is what it means to serve. This is what it means to love. This is what it means to remove those barriers. I talked about in the opening how we were at the Agape conference in Little Rock at Pleasant Valley, and Pleasant Valley Church of Christ there in Arkansas. When I see things, when I experience moments like that of removing those barriers, and how our brother and our friend J.K. Hamilton, the preacher at Mountain View Church of Christ in Dallas, Texas, put it. He talks about there is these relationships and there are these relationships. These relationships are relationships with one another, with fellow humanity. This is about a relationship with God, and about our very connection to Him, and about the importance of making this right. Because when we make this right, oh, this works a whole lot better. Our relationships with one another work a whole lot better. Our relationships with one another are more in line with God's love, with God's grace, with His mercy, with His peace, with His hope. And so when we focus on those things, when we focus on seeking to harmonize these relationships with this relationship, then hmm, then and they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. They'll know because they'll see God in us. They may not see it immediately, but when asked why we do what we do, they can go to Scripture. We can go to Scripture and we can show them. It's the God of Scripture, the God of the heavens, the God of creation, the God of all things, who has called us to this kingdom living, loving God, loving people, seeing God, seeing people, caring, loving, serving, being Jesus. That's what we do, because that's who we are, and that's whose we are. Y'all have a great night. God bless.
In the darkness we were waiting, without hope, without light, till from heaven you came running. There was mercy in your eyes to fulfill the law and prophets. To a virgin came the word from from the throne of endless glory to a cradle in the dirt. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. To reveal the kingdom coming and to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, for even in your suffering you saw to the other side, knowing this was our salvation. Jesus, for our sake you died. Oh yeah, praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. In the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till that stone was moved for good, for the Lamb that conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who'd come to the Father are restored. And the church of Christ was born, then the Spirit lit the flame. Now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not fade. By His blood and in His name, and in His freedom I am free. For the love of Jesus Christ, who has resurrected me. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings.
Was a time when I swore I would never go back. I was blind to the truth, didn't know what I had. I was running, I was searching, but every place I turned for healing left me more broken than the last. Take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back to a preacher and a verse where they've seen me at my worst, to the love I had at first. Oh, I wanna go to church. I tried to walk on my own, but I wound up lost. Now I'm making my way to the foot of the cross. It's not a trophy for the winners, it's a shelter for the sinners, and it's right where I belong. Take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back to a preacher and a verse where they've seen me at my worst, to the love I had at first. Oh, I wanna go to church. Yes, I wanna go to church. Oh, more than an obligation, it's our foundation, the family of God. I know it's hard, but we need each other. We're sisters and brothers. Oh, take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back